Title: The Salt in Your Stew, the Cement in Your House, the Sugar in Your Tea. Why Dangote Clusters Never Leave. What if I told you a man built a business empire in Nigeria, so sticky that once a market woman buys from him on Monday, she is still buying from him 5 years later, even when competitors sell cheaper? What if his secret is not price, or even advertising, but something so simple that unemployed youths, struggling entrepreneurs, and people on Social Security can copy it starting tomorrow? This is the Dangote story. And if you have ever lost a customer to the shop next door, this will keep you up tonight. Part 1. The Dangote Way: Why Customers Stay. When options multiply, look around your kitchen right now. If you are in Nigeria, chances are you will find Dangote salt on the shelf, Dangote sugar in the tea, and if you step outside, the building you live in probably has Dangote cement in its walls. That is not coincidence. That is customer retention done at a national scale. For over 40 years, Aliko Dangote did not just build factories. He built relationships that outlived military regimes, recessions, fuel scarcity, and the arrival of shiny new competitors with foreign names. While other companies spend millions chasing new customers every year, Dangote's customers act like family members who refuse to eat at another person's house. So how did he do it? Especially in Nigeria, where we are known to switch brands for a 10 naira difference? Before we break down the 8 principles, let us understand the battlefield, the Nigerian market, where loyalty is hard and memory is short. In Nigeria, keeping a customer is like keeping light during rainy season. Everyone expects it to go off. Prices jump, roads block, supply, government policy changes overnight, and new imported brands land every month with big promises. Take cement. In the early days, people bought whatever was available. Then came Elephant Cement, Lafarge, BUA Cement, and others. Same with sugar, Golden Penny Sugar, BUA Sugar, imported St. Louis Cubes. Same with salt, Royal Salt, Mr. Chef, and bags from Cotonou. Yet walk into most construction sites from Sokoto to Port Harcourt and ask for cement. The foreman will shout, "Bring Dangote." Enter a bakery in Echi and ask what sugar they use. Dangote, because they cut. Ask a food seller in Lagos Island why she uses Dangote salt. How my customers go know if I change them. That is not branding. That is bonding. And it was built deliberately. And for entrepreneurs, unemployed youths learning a trade, underemployed people trying to start a side hustle, and people on Social Security trying to make their small stipend grow, here is the first half of the Dangote playbook. We will cover 4 of the 8 principles in Part 1. No Arabic numerals, no tables, just straight talk you can use. Principle 1. Be available. Before you are affordable. The biggest reason people left other cement brands in the 2000s was not price. It was absence. A builder in Kano would pay, and then wait 2 weeks for Elephant Cement to arrive from the depot. Meanwhile, Dangote trucks were already offloading at the next junction. Dangote understood a truth most companies miss. In Nigeria, availability is a form of respect. If a market woman cannot find your salt when her soup is on fire, she will not remember your jingle. She will remember who saved her. So Dangote built the largest distribution fleet in West Africa. Over 5,000 trucks. Depots in every state. That meant a retailer in Sukud did not need to know someone to restock. The truck came to him. Compare that with many imported brands. They land in Lagos, stay in big warehouses, and expect customers to find them. Dangote went to the customer's doorstep. That is why a roadside kiosk owner in Maiduguri will tell you, Dangote always day. Lesson for you. If you sell chin-chin, do not wait for people to come to your Instagram. Find where they are, church groups, offices, bus parks. Availability beats advertising when money is tight. Principle 2. Sell consistency, not just a product. Ask any baker the difference between Dangote sugar and some other brands. They will say, Dangote don't know they melt anyhow. Ask a block maker about cement. Dangote own set well and no day crack. This is deliberate. In the early years, Dangote Group invested heavily in quality control, so that a bag of cement bought in Yobe in January works exactly like one bought in Ibadan in December. Other companies had a problem. Batch 1 was great, Batch 2 was watery, Batch 3 had stones. Customers do not have time to gamble. When a woman as customers complain that her puff did not rise, she blames the sugar, and she changes brands that same day. Dangote removed that risk. He sold peace of mind. So even when BUA cement came cheaper, many builders said, "I no fit risk my decking." Lesson for you. If you are a tailor, let your 1 inch be 1 inch every time. If you are unemployed and doing POS, let your network be reliable every time. In Nigeria, people pay extra for I no want stress. Principle 3. Win the middleman, not just the end user. Here is where most companies fail. They advertise to the man building a house, but forget the man selling the cement. Dangote did the opposite. He made distributors rich. He gave them trucks on credit. He gave them better margins. He paid their warehouses a visit. He settled disputes quickly. So when a customer walks into a shop and says, "Give me any cement," the distributor says, "Oga, make you carry Dangote. E better." Same with sugar and salt. The wholesaler in Mile 12 Market is Dangote's real sales team. Other companies fly in expatriates who do not know the difference between Idemota and Oshodi. Dangote's managers grew up in these markets. They speak the language of how market, not just ROI. Compare that with a foreign pasta brand that entered Nigeria some years back. Great product, but they ignored the distributors. No credit, small margin, late supply. The shop owners killed the brand quietly. No adverts needed. Lesson for you. If you are underemployed and selling perfume oil, treat the people who help you sell like partners. Give them samples. Let them make money first. They will fight for you when you are not there. Principle 4. Solve a national problem, not just a customer problem. This is the deepest one. Dangote did not just sell cement. He sold, "Nigeria can build itself." He did not just sell sugar. He sold, "Nigeria can feed itself." When government banned imported cement to grow local industry, Dangote was ready with capacity. In forex scarcity made imported sugar expensive, Dangote's Savannah sugar was already crushing cane. So customers did not just buy a product, they bought into self-reliance. That emotional link is strong. A contractor feels he is supporting Nigeria when he buys Dangote. That feeling is hard to break, even if a Lebanese company drops price by 5%. Other companies just sell. Dangote sells dignity. And in a country where we are often told, "Our own no good," that matters. Lesson for you. If you are on Social Security and you start making liquid soap, do not just sell soap. Sell "I am employing myself and keeping my street clean." People buy stories, not just stuff. End of part 1. But we are just starting. So far, we have seen 4 principles. Be available, be consistent, win the middleman, and solve a bigger problem. In part 2, we will break down the next 4, including how Dangote uses fear of loss to keep customers, and why he trains the people who use his products. We will also expose 3 deadly mistakes other companies make that chase customers away, mistakes you are probably making right now without knowing. If you are an entrepreneur tired of one-time buyers, if you are unemployed and want to build something that lasts, if you are underemployed and need your side hustle to feed you, you cannot afford to miss part 2. Do this now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, because in the next video I will show you live examples from Lagos markets, plus a simple worksheet to apply these Dangote principles to your own small business today. Do not just read. Build. See you in part 2. Where we reveal why some customers will fight you if you try to stop selling Dangote. Title: The reason your customer defends Dangote like family, even when you offer discount. Part 2. The invisible chains, how Dangote locks customers without a contract. Welcome back. In part 1, we saw how Dangote made himself available, consistent, loyal to the middleman, and bigger than just a product. Now let us go deeper. Because the real magic is not that people buy Dangote. It is that people refuse to stop buying Dangote. I have seen a block molder in Ibadan argue with his own brother because a brother brought a different brand of cement to site. "You want make my house fall?" He shouted. That is not marketing. That is membership. So how does a company create that kind of defense? Let us finish the 8 principles. Remember, no Arabic numerals, no tables. Just real talk for entrepreneurs, unemployed folks learning handwork, underemployed side hustlers, and people on Social Security trying to stretch every naira. Principle 5. Train the hand that uses your product. Dangote does something most companies call waste of money. He trains masons. He trains bakers. He trains block makers. For free. Go to any Dangote cement technical workshop, and you will see men in dusty singlets learning the right water-cement ratio, the right curing time, the right way to mix. Why? Because if a mason uses your cement wrongly and the wall cracks, he will not blame himself. He will blame your cement. And he will tell 10 other masons. Other brands like Elephant's Cement or some imported cement just drop the bag and disappear. No training. No after support. So when the building has issues, the rumor spreads. That cement no good. Dangote killed that rumor before it started. He made sure the end user succeeded. And a customer who succeeds because of you becomes a disciple. Lesson for you. If you sell hair, teach your customers how to maintain it. If you do POS, teach market women how to avoid fake alerts. If you are unemployed and you start making Zobo, teach your buyers why yours does not sour in 2 days. Education is retention. Principle 6. Use fear of loss better than joy of gain. Here is human nature. We hate losing more than we love gaining. Dangote understood this, so instead of only saying, Dangote cement is strong, his dealers would tell builders, Oga, if you use another cement and this decking get problem, who you go call? The fear of a collapsed building is bigger than the joy of saving 500 naira per bag. Same with Dangote sugar. Bakers will tell you, if my bread no rise, I go lose customers for 1 week. I no fit try another sugar. Compare that with new pasta brands that entered Nigeria. They shouted, taste better. But nobody fears bad taste as much as they fear my business folding. So people stayed with Dangote noodles and golden penny. Listen for you. Do not just tell people what they gain by buying from you. Remind them what they risk by leaving you. If you are a tailor, also abi, we no fine on wedding day, no get second chance. That is retention. Principle 7. Build during scarcity, so you own the abundance. Ask anyone who lived through cement scarcity in the early 2000s. Price went crazy. Many companies closed shop or reduced supply because dollar high. Dangote did the opposite. He doubled production. He opened new lines. He pushed more trucks. So when everywhere was dry, Dangote was the only tap running. And Nigerians have long memory for who helped them when things were hard. That is why when BU Cement came years later with cheaper price, many distributors said, but where BUA day when we day suffer? Loyalty was already cast. Other companies plan for peacetime. Dangote plans for wartime. And in Nigeria, wartime comes every market day. Lesson for you. If you are underemployed and selling data, be the one who still has data when MTN network is bad. If you are on Social Security and you sell kerosene, have small stock when others say no supply. Scarcity is when empires are built. Principle 8. Make your product a language. In Nigeria today, Dangote is not just a name. It is a specification. A builder says, buy me 3 Dangote, and everyone knows he means cement. No one says 3 BUA, unless they must. Dangote salt has entered soups, so long that some women call all salt Dangote, the way we call all toothpaste McLean's. That is the peak of retention when your brand name replaces the product name. How did he do it? Repetition, saturation, and time. He did not jump from cement to cornflakes to cars. He stayed in essentials and dominated until the name stuck. Other companies rebrand every 2 years. New logo, new name, new formula. Customers get confused and leave. Dangote stayed stubbornly the same. Lesson for you. If you fry akara, let people say I did go by my mama nekeshi akara. Not I'd go by beans cake. Become the noun. That takes years, not efforts. And then told part 3 mistakes other companies make that kill customer loyalty. Mistake 1. They chase new customers and ignore old ones. Many new companies in Nigeria act like heartbreakers. They do promo for new users, big discounts, free gifts. But the man who has bought from them for 3 years gets nothing. So the old customer feels like a fool. He leaves. Dangote does the reverse. His best deals, best credit terms, best access go to old distributors. The message is clear. Loyalty pays here. Compare that with some telecoms. They give new SIM cards free data, but the man who has used their line for 10 years gets, "Dear customer." He ports. Lesson learned. Reward the people who stayed when you had nothing. If you are unemployed and starting, your first 5 customers should get lifetime perks. They will bring 10 more. Mistake 2. They outsource complaints to customer care. Have you ever called customer care for an imported brand? Press 1 for English. Press 2 to wait forever. You drop the call. Dangote put his manager's phone numbers in the hands of major dealers. If a truck delays, the dealer calls a real person, not a machine. Problem solved in hours, not weeks. Other companies hide behind policy. Customers do not buy policy. They buy peace. Lesson learned. If you are a small business, you are the customer care. Reply DMS. Pick calls. A solved complaint creates a louder evangelist than any advert. Mistake 3. They compete on price, not on pain. But cement came cheaper. Some Chinese salts came cheaper. Some imported sugars came cheaper. Yet many Nigerians still said, "I no trust them." Why? Because Dangote was not selling price. He was selling removal of pain. Pain of scarcity, pain of collapse, pain of inconsistent quality. Companies that only shout, "You're cheaper," die when the cheaper option comes. Because there is always someone willing to lose money to enter market. Lesson learned. Find the pain your customer is desperate to avoid and kill it. If you are underemployed and you braid hair, no pain, no lice, lasts 3 weeks beats cheapest in the area. Lessons learned. You can use tomorrow morning 1. In Nigeria, trust travels faster than flyers. Build it with availability and consistency. 2. Your distributor is your real marketer. Make him rich, and he will make you legendary. 3. Scarcity is a test. If you pass it, you own the customer for a decade. 4. Do not just sell a product. Sell a result and teach the customer how to get it. 5. Never let a new customer get better treatment than an old one. That is how families break. Closing 4 part 2. You now have all 8 Dangote principles. But knowledge without action is like cement without water. It stays dust. In part 3, I will give you a simple Dangote checklist you can use to audit your own business, plus real stories of unemployed youths who used just one of these principles to move from ID find work to ID turn down work. If this helped you, do not let YouTube algorithm cheat you. Subscribe to my channel now so you get part 3 the moment it drops. Comment Dangote checklist and I will send you the free PDF, because the goal is not to admire Dangote. The goal is to become the Dangote of your street, your skill, your small corner. See you in part 3. Title: The Reason Your Customer Left You for Dangote and How to Win Them Back Forever. Part 3. The final 4 principles, the 3 deadly mistakes, and lessons you can use today. What if the real reason Dangote customers refuse to leave is not what you think? What if your competitors are not losing to Dangote's money, but to 4 invisible moves you can copy with 0 capital? And what if the mistake that killed 3 big brands last year is sitting inside your business right now? Let us finish the playbook. In part 1, we covered 4 principles. Be available, be consistent, win the middleman, and solve national problem. In part 2, we broke down how Dangote uses training, vertical integration, and fear of loss. Now we close the circle with the last 4 principles that lock customers in, the 3 mistakes that push customers out, and the lessons every entrepreneur, unemployed youth, underemployed hustler, and person on social security must take home. Principle 5. It's for loyalty, not just for today's sale. Everyone thinks Dangote wins because he is cheapest. Wrong. Go to most markets and you will find BUA cement or other brands selling for a few naira less. Yet the Mason still says, buy Dangote. Here is why. Dangote mastered what traders call price confidence. He rarely does sudden price crashes that insult old customers. When input costs drop, he adjusts slowly and communicates early to distributors. That means a woman who stocked 20 bags last week does not wake up to see the same bag selling for half price today. She trusts that Dangote will not make her look foolish. Compare that with many imported soap and seasoning brands. They flood the market today at a low promo price, then double it next month. Customers feel played. They switch. Dangote also gives volume rebates to loyal distributors, not random one-time buyers. So the more you stay, the better your margin. That is loyalty pricing. Lesson for you. If you sell data bundles, do not burn your old customers with crazy new user promos. Reward the person who has bought from you 10 times. Give them a thank you data bonus. Nigerians remember who respects them. Principle 6. Become the standard, not an option. Open any bill of quantities from a Nigerian engineer. For cement, it often reads Dangote Cement or approved equivalent. Who see the trick? Dangote became the default. Others are alternatives. How? By training artisans. Dangote Cement runs blockmaker trainings across Nigeria. They teach proper mixing ratios using Dangote Cement. So the blockmaker's hand and brain get used to that one product. When you train someone's hands, you own their habits. Dangote sugar does the same with bakers. Dangote salt with caterers. Once you become the reference point in schools, associations, and union meetings, competitors must convince people to change, and change is hard when money is on the line. Compare that with a new pasta brand it just drops cartons in the market. No training, no recipe support. The caterer says, I no get time to test new thing. My customers no day play. Lesson for you. If you are a hairdresser and unemployed, run a free class teaching people how to maintain their hair using your style. When they need a full install, who do they call? You. You have become the standard. Principle 7. Control the story before rumor controls you. In Nigeria, one rumor can kill a brand. They say that cement no dey strong. They say that sugar causes disease. Dangote learned early to control the story. When fake Dangote bags flooded markets, the company did not just go to court. They went to radio. They went to unions. They showed people how to identify the real bag. They turned customers into quality inspectors. When competitors whispered Dangote Cement dries too fast, Dangote sponsored demonstrations showing builders how to cure blocks properly. He did not argue on Twitter. He showed up at the site. Other companies stay silent and hope bad news dies. It does not. It grows. Lesson for you. If you are on Social Security and selling Zobo, and someone says, your Zobo dey sour, do not fight. Invite 5 people to watch you make it. Let them taste it fresh. In Nigeria, seeing is believing, and your customer becomes your PR. Principle 8. Think in decades, not in weekends. This is the hardest one. Most companies chase weekend sales. Dangote builds for decade dominance. That is why he built refineries when others were importing. That is why he planted sugarcane when others were buying from Brazil. He told his team, let us solve this problem for the next 20 years. Because he thinks long-term, he can take short-term pain. He can keep supplying during scarcity even if profit drops because he knows the goodwill will pay for 10 years. Other companies panic during fuel hikes or dollar spikes. Hey, they cut quality. They disappear. They blame government. When they return, the customer is gone. Lesson for you. If you are underemployed and starting a thrift business, do not kill your brand by selling fake today to make quick cash. That customer you cheat will have PE. Play the long game. Nigeria rewards last man standing. 3 deadly mistakes other companies make that Dangote avoids. Mistake 1. Selling to everyone. Serving no one. Many new companies want every customer. So they launch cement, and also juice, and also toothpaste. No focus. When Dangote entered a market, he dominated one thing first. Salt. Then sugar. Then cement. He became known for something. Customers trust masters, not jack of all trades. If you are unemployed and learning 5 skills at once, you will be average at all 5. Pick one. Become the Dangote of Ankara bags before you add shoes. Mistake 2. Outsourcing. Trust other brands, hire distributors, and forget them. No visits, no support, no credit. When problems come, the distributor has no reason to defend the brand. Dangote field managers know their distributors' children's names. Trust is not outsourced. It is built face-to-face. If you are doing PBS, do not just give your neighbor a machine and disappear. Check on them. Sort their issues. They will bring you more customers. Mistake 3. Fighting price without weapon. When Dangote entered a market, competitors dropped price to fight him, but they had no trucks, no depots, no consistent quality. So they bled cash and died. You cannot win a price war if your cost is higher and your service is weaker. Dangote only fights price when his system is ready. If you are selling food and Biggs opens beside you, do not slash price to 50 naira. You will close in 2 months. Instead, add faster service or home delivery. Fight with strength, not with suicide. Lessons learned for entrepreneurs, unemployed, underemployed, and people on Social Security. Lesson 1. Loyalty is a system, not a wish. Dangote does not beg for loyalty. He engineered it with trucks, training, and trust. You can do the same with a bicycle, a WhatsApp group, and keeping your word. Lesson 2. In Nigeria, stress is the enemy. Any business that removes stress, of finding, of waiting, of doubting, will keep customers. Ask yourself daily, how do I make this easier for my buyer than my competitor does? Lesson 3. Your customer's customer is your real customer. The food seller cares about her own customers. If your sugar makes her customers complain, she will drop you. Help her win, and she will never leave you. Lesson 4. Start small, but think in systems. You may not have 5,000 trucks, but you can have one reliable delivery boy. You may not own a refinery, but you can control your recipe. System beats size. Closing. Your turn to build. Dangote started with a small trading firm and a loan from his uncle. He did not have everything, but he understood one thing. In Nigeria, the man who serves best stays longest. So whether you are frying a kara, coding, braiding hair, or managing a small pension, ask yourself, which of these 8 principles can I start today? Pick one. Apply it for 30 days. Watch what happens to your customers.